Go back to sleep then?
She's very beautiful, gorgeous child. She was a twin. Natalie and Alicia, they're identical twins, but completely different people. Natalie, she was definitely the anchor of the two. She would always, I'm the big sister, I'm the oldest. Three whole minutes, but those 3 minutes, she didn't let you forget it. She struggled with her mental health probably since she was about 11 or 12 years old. And as much as she would stand up for somebody else, she would be depressed and stuff. She'd been through counseling. She saw this man that was sitting on the street and people were just passing him. She asked him if he was okay, and he just talked to her, and she just listened to him. She was like, you can add me on Facebook, you know, like treated him like he was a human being, and she carried on. It became where he was inundating her.
Yeah.
It was like a non-stop with the messaging. He drove to Virginia. A few days go by, and I hear this, like, honk. And it's not just like a beep, it's like somebody's laid on the horn, just, wah. So I go, and I look out my front door, and he's just laying on the horn because Natalie had blocked him and wasn't talking to him. She called me, and after she got the restraining order, she was super excited about it because it was like giving her back some power.
911.
Hi, this is Gordon with a transfer of a possible DOA at Riverdale Road and McIntosh Farm.
Coroner confirms the body found last Friday is that of 19-year-old Natalie Bollinger.
Natalie Bollinger's autopsy report says she was shot in the head.
I crumbled.
Hi.
Social media is swirling with theories about who killed Natalie. Some people believe Schwartz did. He replied on his own Facebook page, "Stop picking on me, stop blaming me."
I should admit the truth and take the punishment. Is that what you want? You want to pretend like I'm some monster? Live or die, this stuff needs to stop.
Sean Schwartz, 37 years old. Here's what we know according to the court documents. I want to be real clear about him. He'd been making some posts on Facebook that led the police to conduct that welfare check. Police ultimately took him to the hospital, and that's where they alleged that he became combative and violent. And now Sean Schwartz is facing assault and resisting arrest.
You guys have been harassing me for a week straight. My best friend is dead. I've been blamed for everything from stalking to rape to child molestation to murder over this. So when I got out of Boulder County Jail, they had painted me as some sort of violent animal on the damn news.
With Sean Schwartz, we were 98% sure he had nothing to do with it.
The time frames weren't adding up. Once we got into his cell phone and computer, there was like nothing physical evidence-wise that was indicating if he had any involvement. However, thanks to social media, that just continued to hamper the case. Their web pages and their groups and their thoughts and beliefs and just their constant tips coming in. Immediately, we saw that she was communicating with a phone number that was not listed on any of her contacts. There was 111 text messages back and forth between them that started up about 5 o'clock in the morning on the day she went missing until right around noon. And then there's just absolutely zero communication after that.
The first time I ever saw him, I parked down the street from his house just to kind of do some surveillance and see what he was doing. He was just such a meek, kind of nerdy person.
No criminal history. He had a seatbelt ticket.
Yeah.
Was all he had.
He worked at Domino's Pizza, and he had called in sick for like 2 or 3 straight days after Natalie's death.
Which his manager said was very, unusual for him.
Well, nobody saw this coming. Police did not arrest Sean Schwartz, that man who had the restraining order taken out on him. But they did arrest somebody else. And now they have charged that somebody else with the murder of Natalie Bollinger.
The sheriff says they developed Lopez as a suspect as a result of, quote, mining Natalie's social media and phone records.
Detective Peterson let me know that they had caught the person responsible for this. And he got real serious. And he said, do you think that she would have posted an ad or something along those lines? And so I just was kind of like, maybe. You replay life while you're grieving. Conversations and should've, could've, would've. She struggled a lot, she took a lot on, but she was definitely taken advantage of.
It was posted, he answered it 2 minutes later, and then 2 minutes after he answered it, somebody had saw it and reported it and it was taken down. So literally within that 2-minute time frame made the whole difference in this entire thing. There was no questioning of why do you want to do this or what's going on. Instantly it was, oh yeah, I'm a hitman, I do this is my price, this is what I normally charge. And it was eerily kind of a fantasy in that journal that he had ever since he was in high school.
This was a desire of his to do for a long time.
We'll never know and be able to prove it, but I definitely think Natalie would have accepted help if somebody would have pushed her to it that day.
After several emotional statements from Natalie's family, the judge gave Lopez the maximum sentence under his plea deal, 48 years in prison with 5 years parole. Natalie's maternal side of the family says they're at peace with the sentence.
She was young, beautiful, and had her future ahead of her.
Hey, Grandma, it's Nella. I just wanted to call and say Happy Merry Christmas Eve, and I love you a bunch. And if you still want us to come over tomorrow, I love you. I hope you have a great day. Bye.